welcome, Jina. Jina Phenix, based currently in Thailand. So a little bit of a transmission. Welcome to Leadership Inside Out.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jina Phenix from Phenix Consulting Partners in Thailand.
I'm absolutely so pleased that you could join us today. We've just been chatting very briefly about some of the things we've been talking a little bit about what you're doing. But Gina, I noticed there's a very strong British connection. You've lived here. You've certainly had a lot of interactions with British organisations. Do you want to start us back at the beginning? What was it like? Were you brought up in Thailand? Were you, did you come to the UK? What was that beginning looking like for you?
Beginning of my, let's say, British or Thai-British connection journey happened in 25 years ago. 25 years ago when I decided to change my journey or my life completely. That is something that's amazing, turned out to be amazing. When it started, it was quite nervous and where should I go from there? I went to the UK, take my career break to study and went back to college, went back to school again and become a young Gina when I was 32. Went to the UK, went to college, studied IT, digital technology. Talk about 25 years ago when IT or internet, computer was not, was not the no, what you call it, not a common thing at the time. So when I went to college and start my new journey, I decided to stay in the UK for longer after my college and worked, and then returned to Thailand 10 years later.
Wow.
And joined and started my e-commerce company when at the time in 2005 when my e-commerce company started, and everyone was saying who buy online at the time. And my company went so well. People bought online, and we did the what you call custom made lady garments made to measure online, which is quite
Wow.
unique because when you buy online, you just buy off shelf, you buy something ready made. But we came up with amazing ideas at the time for people to buy something custom made online. That kind of less competitors at the time. But then I learned from that. I learned from that mistake because I thought my business was unique and no competitors. So I underestimated my competitors. That when I learned from my mistake and take that experience or lesson forward.
And can I ask, what was that transition? 32 is by many people's standards quite an old age to go back to university. What was going on before that time?
Before I went back to college, I started my own company, UPS franchise in Eastern Seaboard.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first. No, in fact, I started to sell goods in the market when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
To help my parents, and because of our poor background, so I need to bring food on the table for my family. We need to help. When they say, you shouldn't work when you were young. You should concentrate to study. That cannot be true. Cannot happen in my in my life or my house or my family, because we need to. Everyone have to give hands and help out in any ways that we can. So that my first experience of working, in the market, bartering. I even barter. This is why I'm very good with negotiation skills and bartering, because when I was 8 year old, I went to the market, and at the on that day we didn't have food at home. So I said to one shop lady who sell food, a ready meal. I said to her, can you give us some food like curries or a few dish a few dishes to take home, and I will, in return, I will give her uh, vegetable from our garden. And she said, "What? Okay, 8 year old." But she said she can do that with one condition. So she followed me home, and I thought, okay, maybe she just wanted to come to get vegetable in the garden, but no, she came to see my mom and said, "What a wonderful daughter," and try to solve or bring food on the table for everyone. So that my first barter deal in my life, and then go back to when I was in Rayong and started my own business with UPS franchise. And at the time, young, inexperienced, I got the deal with UPS. I walked in and said, "I want this deal. I don't have any money to pay for the franchise, but I have a contacts list in Eastern Seaboard. I have a lot of big contacts, and I can give it to them, and they give me the franchise." The lady who in charge at the time saw me when I was at the time was 28 years old, and I went to Bangkok UPS head office. And when she saw me, 28-year-old lady walk in and said, "I have no money, but I want your franchise, and I have this in return, and we will make a great development in that area." And she said, "Okay, you brave enough to walk in and ask for it, and I brave enough to give it to you." So she did. That's my first negotiation deal for UPS franchise, and
Wow.
I managed UPS franchise for a couple of years, and then a little bit of uh, life, what you call, changing, and some disagreement with the family and everything. I thought, okay, maybe time to take a break. My journey, my career, and went to the UK.
And so you came to the UK when you were 32.
Yes.
That must have been a shock.
Oh yeah, the culture shock, big time. But at the time, this is something that would be, you know, it'd be something I like to tell people as well. That when people say to you, "Oh, you don't go to the UK, don't go overseas, don't go to UK. It's tough when you live there alone." But I say, no, we need to go and find out. We need to take chance. We need to open new doors and see how it goes. Don't let people scare you. Don't let people tell you not to do. So I decided to go, and yes, culture shock and different. But at the time, I was quite naive as well. 32, naive, 32, quite naive. But in a in the bright side of being inexperienced, I think it's good thing that I have no fear. I didn't have any fear or any negative about what next and the future. I just see that opportunities to go see and find out and take it from there rather than just draw the negativity in your head and scare and close the doors, everything. This is, I think, that's the plus side of it.
Wow. What did you learn about yourself during that time?
During that time, in well, something I wouldn't do, but something I would do it again. Yeah, but everything is great experience. Culture shock, communications, language barrier, and misunderstanding, and high expectation, and also the what I learned from it. You know, sometimes you expect too much, or sometimes you read people in the wrong way. You read the situation wrong, but you learn from it. You learn as it go along. But I think being positive, that's good thing, because and you don't take it in what you call too personal, and you don't take it too in a hard way. You don't take it too much. You not overthinking too much about it, because it's when it pass, it's gone. It's gone. You just move on and learn from it.
Wow. Thank you. It's fascinating. I mean, I am also an immigrant, so I came to the UK when I was 21, and those sort of brings back those same feelings of tough, but just positive and move on and keep learning. So
yes, I experienced racism, bullied, and feel culture difference, but remember that racism is not your problem, you know, because I'm not racist, and I believe people are not. And then when I experienced, I didn't understand. I didn't understand why that happened. For example, I went to apply for a job, and lady in Birmingham said to me, "No, the job is not available anymore." And I saw the sign just put on yesterday. Why is the job have gone so fast? And then my friend, who the local white guy, he went to apply for a job, and he is still available. And he said the job is still available. Why she told you it's not available? So I went to ask her together with my friend and confront her together and said, "You told me the job wasn't available, but today it's available. How that happened?" And she apologized, and we walked out and learned from it. And I didn't let that experience stop me for try, or I don't judge other people that all people will be the same. Everyone will be the same. No, it's just down to one person individual.
wow.
Yeah.
So you finished university. What was your first job? Was that going back into that IT sector?
While I was in the UK studying, I went to work in a factory for what you call materials garments company for part time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had part time job during summer break, and then become my regular part time job 3 days a week. and I went to college 2 days a week, and also worked in Thai restaurant with my friend. It's good fun, and I understand value of my time more because this is two cultures. We talk about two cultures here, Thailand and UK. When Thai culture all time, if you study, you don't work. This talk about go back to 30, 40 years ago. But in the UK, everyone work even part time, even at college, even at school, they do some part time work. So I learned in the UK to fill my time and use my time wisely.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't work for IT at the time because when I finished my college, and then 2005, I started e-commerce company registered in the UK, but we opened a factory in Thailand. That when I came back to Thailand to deal with the sewing, what you call team, seamstress team in the factory, set up the factory in Thailand.
I mean, it's a fascinating. You've clearly, changed careers. You've focused, changed countries. Amazing. And so you've decided to go back to Thailand 10 years after you left permanently.
In 2005, I came back on and off between Thailand, UK, traveling between two countries to set up the company. I set up the company in the UK to set up a factory in Thailand, but it didn't work out when you have to travel between because it's costly as well. And when you are in the UK, when all the shipping and all the garments sent to you to the UK, when have some issues, you can't fix it. You rather than you have to be here where it's made, where all the garments and goods made. So when you see issues and have any problems, you can fix it before even send. So I changed that and returned to Thailand full time in 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that a shock? How was that transition? Because you'd clearly been successful in the UK, coming back to your home country, setting up businesses again.
Came back to Thailand. This is like the whole table turned. I become an expat in my own country because I was born in Khon Kaen, northeast of Thailand, and grew up in southern of Thailand. Bangkok is just a big capital city and so many people, and I have no idea. When I came back, I didn't even know how to go get go get the BTS and how to get from A to B, and have to start from beginning, like from zero again in my own country, and I forgot a few Thai words as well, and communication have to start again and speaking Thai and speaking English. And when I got in a taxi at the airport and came back, when I came back, and a taxi driver said to me, "Your Thai is very good, madam." I said, "Thank you very much. By the way, I'm Thai." that kind of learning curve when I came back. Yes.
Wow. I mean, I mean, again, as you say, I hadn't thought that, coming back to Thailand, you'd have thought, okay, home country, it's been 10 years, but to come back to a large mega city, a huge transition.
Yeah, no friends.
No
because
friends.
No friends, because old time we didn't have email, we didn't have line, we didn't have mobile phone. We sent letters to each other. So when I left Thailand to the UK, all connections, all friends, we lost. So
Wow.
came back like a new sheet, new white paper again.
So you're back in Thailand, you're back in KL. What next? What happens?
What next from here?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sorry, so
I
what next from when you arrive back in Thailand? Um,
okay.
what happens after that? That you set up the factory, you're rebuilding the the factory in Thailand. Where do you go from there?
Yes, after I came back, I started up the factory. But the factory started up since 2005 anyway.
Yes.
So I just came back to join that company at the time called Jina brand, Jina collections. So I came back to join my team in the factory
Mm-hmm.
and stay with them. Like I said earlier, I underestimated my competitors.
Yeah.
So at the time, e-commerce became big and huge, and then Chinese products, like you can see now, Chinese products much cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So our unique, even though we are unique and premium services, but still our price is still quite high. So that's the reason why I need to change my journey and join British Chamber in
Mm.
2013. So join the British Chamber and transition from Portina to British Chamber. It become much more, bigger picture,
Mm-hmm.
and I changed British Chamber. I turned British Chamber to become digital,
Mm-hmm.
develop their website, social media, and put British Chamber on the map in terms of digital marketing, create or develop new marketing options, member benefits, banners, advertising, generate more income in terms of digital uh, emails, email marketing, banners, social media advertising. That's kind of all the advertising incomes for the chamber.
Wow.
And promote their events.
Yeah. But again, this is you speak of it almost lightly, but this is a transition from selling a product, textiles, to selling services, running a Thai company, to having to deal with what probably would be quite a set British institution.
Yes, we have a lot of members, organizations, member companies,
Mm-hmm.
mixture of Thai, British, and Western. Um, Old time, you probably think you have to be British companies to join the British Chamber, but our political policy changed to become more international. We have to deal with Thai organizations as well as British uh, organization, embassies, or the chamber friends, or um, foreign chambers. We need to work together, collaboration, organize events. It has been amazing 11 years with the British Chamber. And at the time, I remember well during COVID, and you probably have seen I I led the vaccination program for expats in Thailand for the British Chamber, and had been awarded by King Charles for my medal.
Wow. Not bad for a girl who was bargaining and negotiating at the age of 8 for her family.
Yeah, and yeah, and anything about hardship, and I've been through them all.
So when you look back over that time at the chamber, what are some of the proudest moments from that period?
Very proud moment, probably. You know, so many moments, in 11 years. You know, with first to reach 600 company members, first to sign up a Sterling partner,
Right.
and we have, first to change a handbook to become digital, and first to have, so active social media. And probably proud moment would be, another proud moment would be only chamber that active at the time during COVID, because everyone seemed to set back and kind of pause. There at the time they paused for maybe 6 months, 1 year. But I just said to our management and said, no, we need to do something. This is a time when members need us the most. So let's do something. So we become like information center, call center. Everyone call after Gina, where the hotel that still operate, or the hotel still open? Can we still get flights out from the country? How can I extend my visa to stay? It become everything for them at the time. I know it's sad moment at the same time because of COVID, but at the same time, I was so proud to be able to support businesses and other people as well.
Wow. And frustrations at that time? I mean, obviously COVID was a huge issue for many of us, but other frustrations?
No frustration for me. Challenges, yes. Challenge and emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional because when I support people, and you have seen so many issues, so many struggle, so many challenges from different directions, different people, and I got into very emotional that I want to support them all, but some of them we cannot, some of them we can do so much, some of them we can go extra mile as we can. It's more like emotional, and at the same time also feel strong. Yeah, feel strong and feel like, hey, you have power. This time, this moment, that you need to use it. You need to use your power to help people. When I say power, I meant to reach out to Thai government to ask for their support, for them to, to give vaccine, and I can then help out to expats and foreigners who live in Thailand, and as well as local. That's what I meant about power. And that also, the same time, I can be a real leader.
Absolutely. And that just shines through, Gina. So wow.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope my answer is okay.
I, the answer is, this is who you are, and this whole podcast series is very much around, recognizing that we all as human beings face difficulties, and it's how we overcome them. And in your case, with a huge smile and positive intent, and clearly just getting on and doing. So yeah, it's absolutely shining through.
Thank you.
Leaving the chamber, you worked, and I noticed this, the Zoological Society. I mean, that's certainly a slightly, what would we say in the UK, left field. That's how did that come about?
My nature, even though I am in commercial and business sector, but at the same time, I'm determined to save, environments as well, to save, to help out, to help people, to support anything I can. And probably part of my passion, I would like to work for the NGO as well. If I have enough, not enough. If I don't need to worry about money, don't need to work, then I would go totally to volunteer to work for the NGO. Or that's why during COVID, that's why it's just I give more than 100% to that project for vaccination, because that is totally my passion. So when I was at the British Chamber, and at the same time, Zoological Society approached me to help, because Zoological Society is non-profit organization, an NGO, and everything is for community, but at the same time they want to engage with private sectors, with companies, and have financial support. So they approached me and said, Gina, can you help? And at the same time, I thought about leaving the chamber. I cannot do during my time at the chamber because conflict of interest. So that when I said, okay, I can do volunteer work when I am with Phoenix, because I have more control on what volunteer roles that I can take on.
Yeah.
Because no conflict of interest. But I don't get paid for Zoological Society and Bangkok St. Andrews Society as well. I don't get paid. So that's something just totally volunteer roles.
Wow. And so you've restarted your business again?
I restart up Phoenix Consulting Partners to become more wider in terms of services, because when I was first joined Phoenix Media is limited into media, just for media. So I thought, with my ability and my skills, my experience, my expertise, a lot more that I can offer. So I thought, what can I do to offer? And at the same time, when I left the chamber, people reached out to me, which contacted me and said, can I still support them outside the chamber?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, let's do it through Phoenix Consulting Partners.
Wow. And now, of course, what next? Where do you see yourself going in the future?
Going the future, myself, I always dream big. When I talk about big achievement or big dreams, it's not about money. It's successful to me. It's about my achievement to be able to support people as much as I can. When people call me and say, Gina, where I where can I start? Where can I set up my business in Thailand? How can I do this? And I will be able to sit down and draw the roadmap for them. That is my proud moment as well, to be able to, to give some direction, to help people. And they turn around and say, wow, thank you very much. And that is something, to help them. That is something I proud of, or that big achievement to me. And I like to be someone who they can rely on, people can rely on. And they said, oh, let's talk to Gina. That's what they say now. Oh, if you want, what you want to do? Oh, why don't talk to Gina? And then they call me and say, this person told me to call you. And I just feel like, oh, that is something. That is nice.
Wonderful. That comes through so loud and clear.
Yeah. And that is big already to me, it's, been recognized.
If you were to look back and you had a chance to spend 5-10 minutes with your 8-year-old self, what would you say?
With 8-year-old self, I would say, well done, good girl. Well done, you did well, because at the time it was tough, and I did what I need to do, when no regret. Not at all. When I look back everything now, when people say everything happened for a reason, and you don't have the answer for it at the time, and I didn't spend a lot of time to find out the answers. I just keep moving, because we didn't have the luxury to wait. I didn't have the luxury, to mourn or to cry so long. I didn't have luxury to fall down and crying for the sympathy. So we just keep moving and get the answer later. Keep moving, keep going. And when I was another experience hardships when I was 8 as well. When let's go back to 7 as well. 7, I didn't get moved up to the next grade because I didn't have money to pay for my desk and chair at school. Because at school, at the time, nothing wrong about that. Policy for the school, I didn't blame anybody. My mom, my dad didn't have money, and they said, okay, you got free tuition, you get free education, but you need desk and chair. So 250 baht you need to pay for this year. That's the cheapest you can get. And we didn't have. And the schools didn't believe me that we didn't have. And they said, for that reason, you can't come in your class. You don't have desk. So I sat on the floor for the whole year studying. And they said, they can't mark my they can't mark my my homework, because I didn't register in the system, because I didn't have 250 baht. So I didn't move up to the following year, but I stay in the same grade, and then the following year I moved up to second grade. And they said, I cannot return to school because I didn't have shoes and uniform. 10 of us was told, we were told to go home. And they said, no, don't go, stay. And demonstrate, protest. So I have an experience of protesting when I was 8 years old. Protesting in front of school. Say, it's not about the shoes, it's not about the uniform. Let's give us the education. But at the time, it was a policy from, from not just one school, many schools, to encourage students to wear shoes for their safety.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't realize some students can't afford to buy shoes. They didn't do. The policy came out, and they didn't prepare how to resolve that. So I said, okay, let's agree something. So we didn't have shoes, but we want education. So they said, okay, they give us 1 hour in the morning every day to clean up school.
Mm-hmm.
Before. Okay, we negotiate. We agree 1 hour clean up school, and then we have tuition. Can go to the classroom. It's quite fun to, and it's kind of hardship throughout everything I did, but I got through it.
Could you have even imagined at that age, be sitting here talking to me, having done the life you've had and met? Was it Prince Charles at the time, wasn't it? Now King Charles.
King Charles. At the time, it was Queen, Queen, and then
Elizabeth, yeah,
and then become the King Charles. Period, the transition at the time. So my medal came out June when he is the king. Yeah.
Right. Jina, looking back, is there anything else you'd want to think about, want to say? Any reflections from your still going career that you'd like to tell listeners?
I would say, to everyone, like I said earlier, don't let people tell you any different.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Believe and trust your own instinct. And if you can't open the doors, get into the windows. Try get into the windows. It will be somewhere, some places that will welcome you, and so many opportunities in life. And also don't wait to people to knock on your door and give you opportunities. Go out and find, and don't be scared to go out of your comfort zone. And also don't let people tell you this is not your place, because no rules. Who made that rule said this is not your place. You make your own life. You make your own world. Walk in like you own it. This world is yours.
Wonderful. Jina, it has been an absolute wonderful time with you. You are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
I am blown away by your story, and I know you've still got a lot to give and will give. So I do wish you nothing but the very best for the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me speaking out about my experience, my life, and let me being myself. speaking from my heart and my own experience. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jina.